Okay, today we're going to show you how to put on some SPT zip plugs. Now there's a couple things I should mention before we go into this video. And the first is being familiar with SPT1 and SPT2. What that means is SPT1 is a lighter gauge wire than SPT2. SPT2 just has a thicker insulation on it. Today we're going to be using SPT1. And so whenever you're using SPT1 wire, you got to make sure you use the corresponding SPT plugs. Now, usually it'll say on here somewhere if it's a SPT1 or SPT2. A couple other things I should mention is when you're working with your SPT wire, you'll notice that you either have a gray stripe down one side or a rib, and the other side's smooth. The reason for that is so to let you know which side goes on the polarized end of the plug. And you can tell that by looking at the plug. You'll notice one of the prongs is skinny and one's fat. And on the female, you have the same. On the receiving end, you have a skinny and a fat one. Now to put these in, what you want to do first, you want to take your wire, you cut it, and then you split the end just about an eighth to a quarter of an inch up, because there's a splitter down inside the plug that you're going to force this into. Now, when I look at my plug, I notice that the prong, the wider prong, has the vampire tooth on the right. So I want to make sure that I put my rib side on the right. I'm going to take the wire, push it in, make sure it seats down there, fold it over, push it by hand, then I'm going to take my slide and I'm going to slide it on. Now you got to take note that there's a notch on one side of the slide and the other side doesn't have a notch. Make sure that you put the side without the notch on first, like so. There, now the male plug is on. We're going to proceed to the female. Same thing, you cut your wire and you take the end, you split it. Then you're going to make sure that you see the side that's ribbed goes to the polarized part. In this case, it's on the right side again. Push my wire in, fold it over. Now if you're doing this in the wintertime outside and it's cold, it may be a little more difficult to put the slide plug on because your wire will be stiffer. So in that case, what you can do is get it started. And then take a pair of channel locks, open them up, just grab it and squeeze it and slide it right up on there. Now for the last part of this video, I'm going to put the inline plug. These are really handy if you're doing a roof line on a house and you need power at a certain spot. The thing about the inline is that you have to pay attention to, there's a side that has a big slot and there's one that has a small slot. Now obviously the one with the big slot is going to get the part of the zip slide plug with the notch. That way it allows room for the wire to pass through. So I'm going to just split the difference here. Again, take a note of which side is polarized. On this one it's going to be, it's on my right again. So just take and put the plug wherever I want, push it down, take note of which one has the large slot, line it up, slide it on, done. Now we have a custom-made cord. This concludes our video today for SPT plugs.